Hey you, yeah you, are you looking for an escape? Maybe just for an hour to laugh, cry, roll your eyes, or even just have a minute to yourself.
Or ever just want to embrace your feminine side, and what better way to do that than have the color pink riding shotgun, as pink isn't just a color, it's a state of mind. Thanks Audrey Hepburn for that quote.
Then look no further. Introducing the new podcast, Truth and Pink.
We're Sarah and Channa, 1979 Gen X, strong. But more Zennials, you know, that forgotten little slice of Gen X with just enough millennial edge to know what TikTok is?
But way too cool to care.
Hey, Truth Babes, what is happening? Welcome to our second episode of Truth and Pink. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Channa.
Hey, and we are back to spill the truth on another fabulous pink day. Yeah. How is your day? Is it pink?
My day's very pink. I don't think you can see the pink lights in the background. My son set the mood for me, I guess, which is really cute.
I love the pink mood.
Mhm.
So, having to recover. I'm already missing you. I can't believe
right.
Vegas came and went so fast.
But we had so much fun while you were here. The
so
hubbies had fun. The kids all got along.
Yes,
It was a great
your
time.
daughter, by the way, hostess with the mostest. My kids just raved and raved about how kind and sweet and anything they needed. It was just awesome. I love how well they all get along. That's awesome.
Right? And so well behaved as well. I don't know what we did right, but we did something right.
Beatings.
It was all trial and error.
I'm just kidding. There's none of that. Yeah, so we played golf. If you did not catch our shenanigans on Instagram, go and look at that because it was crazy. Each of us got a par.
I know. I was so proud.
Gotta
And on a
celebrate.
real golf course, too.
And
So
it was legit par. It wasn't like a scratch, a
gimme.
mulligan, or no,
Yeah.
it was legit.
Yeah. And like I said, on a real course. So that was my first real course.
Executive courses are real.
They are, but this was hard. When the very
long.
first hole is a par 5, I'm like, yeah, it's going to take me 10 to get there. It was very hard. Plus, we didn't have time to warm up ahead of time. And we've just been so busy leading up to all of this that we just didn't have a chance to go to the range. So that first hole was rough. And I thought, okay, this is how the day is going to go. And then, you get in the swing of things,
Get in
literally.
the pun, swing of things.
Yeah, and it was great. And it's always fun when you go with people who help you and don't judge you. But I think that's what I know. Golf is such a old person game, and I never
Is
thought.
it still? Do you think?
I don't think so. No, I think that it's definitely like a young.
We're making
soul
it cool.
game. Yeah, we are. But never in a million years, if you would have asked me 10 or 15 years ago if I was ever going to golf, I'd be like, hell no, right? But it's challenging. It's somewhat athletic. Like, you can't say that we didn't exercise that day with
my
the
gosh.
walking we did and swinging. And you get home and you're like, oh, I haven't used that muscle. So it's definitely fun. We had a great time. And
Yeah.
And people only want to make you better. And thank you, Jeff. You're Jeff, for somewhat fixing things and just giving his little tidbits of information. Sometimes it's different coming from someone else than it is from your own husband. You tell your husband, shh, I don't need that.
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
When I don't. I don't
I don't
know.
need you. I don't need you. I do.
No, he will not do it unless he's asked. Like,
Mhm.
he won't just be out there and, be the know-it-all, but he does know a lot about golf. So
He does. It was great.
I'm glad.
Really
It was
good
so much fun. And then we went to, so both Channa and I had previously discussed we needed a celebratory dinner for our awesome first episode. And so, she's the Vegas native. She's looking online. She's been to other places and they were good. And she's like, oh, I want to try this new place. She even got a stamp of approval from other people that she'd talked to.
Yeah.
And okay,
Fell
the
short.
dinner was fun. The company was fun.
Yes.
The atmosphere was
Interesting. Look, we knew
interesting.
going into it that it was kind of a themed thing.
Yes.
Themed steakhouse. And so we knew that going in, and that's great.
And we decided to go fancy, because
So we looked great.
I think, well, you think Vegas, you think going out on the town, you think steakhouses, you think you need to step it up a minute and dress the part. I think we could have walked in our golf clothes and been okay.
Oh, we could have. And I think I think that the theming of that restaurant probably brings down, dare I say, the class? Not the class. No, that's the wrong word. You can, because it's a themed restaurant, you're not expected to dress so fancy. So I would say we were overdressed, but like you said, you could go, that's the type of place that you could go in several different outfits and you wouldn't be looked down on. Unlike some of the other steakhouses, which next time you come, we are going to 4-6 Ranch. Period.
Thank you. Because the amount we spent, we should have.
And that's the other thing too. Like if I am willing to spend a lot of money on good food and good steak.
And atmosphere.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are people that judge us for that, but
that's okay.
It's okay. I will spend $180 on a really good steak and split it with my husband and enjoy every single bite. But if I'm
and you guys did it right. You got the sea bass, which was really good, and then he got and like you guys split.
Yeah.
And Jeff and I don't think in that manner. It's every man for himself, I guess. I don't know, but we were just like, oh steak. Okay, we should have definitely done what you guys did, but
that's okay. We
missed opportunity. Lesson learned. Yeah.
My thing is if I'm going to spend good money on a steak or something of that nature, it better be practically perfect.
Oh, yes.
And there were a couple pieces that I was like, should I swallow those in?
And I feel like some of the sauces and the apps were maybe frozen or not fresh.
Or not. He wanted what sauce did he want?
It was the Béarnaise sauce that he wanted.
Yeah. The second he tasted it, that poor man was like, "Ew, that's not what I wanted."
Yeah.
Well, and can we talk about how cute dinner was though?
Oh yes.
So we sit down. Hey guys, does anybody here know what side your water is on? Just curious, because Sarah forgets.
I literally had an outer body experience.
She just grabs the first water that the man pours, and she's drinking it. And so then we all like look around at each other, and so then we go, "Oh, I guess
I don't look. I'm not a part.
You
of
don't.
This. It's the three of
the three of us look around and go, "Okay, I guess we're grabbing the water to our left since Sarah has taken the one to the left instead of the one to the right."
I promise I have manners.
It was hilarious because it all happened like simultaneously. Nobody thought about it other than to look at all of us each and go, "Okay, this is what we're doing." And Sarah was just clueless, and
I was
made a mention, and then she's so apologetic, and I'm like, "No, it's funny. You don't need to apologize." It was
yes, I overly apologized, but I think I was just so kind of shocked at myself that I even did that. I have no idea where it was. Just like, oh, water, okay, and then
that's fine.
Oblivious that there's literally hot potato going along with the water glasses moving around the table, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what's going on? What did I miss? And then you all called me out on it. I'm like, I had I literally had, it was just a moment of old age. I don't know, perimenopause brain, whatever it was. It was just,
it's cute,
I need
though.
some water. Damn it.
Yeah, I get it.
Are we going to talk about the picture of the, you good?
There go my note cards, guys. Because
see,
I need note cards. Pardon me.
You don't need note cards. Okay.
Because I need them.
I think we should post the picture of the men's toilets.
Oh my gosh. So back to the themed restaurant, right? I was so excited to go into our bathroom and have the same thing, and then it didn't. And then we sent the boys back into their restroom. We're like, we need you to take a picture of the throne.
So the theme was supposed to be like Game of Thrones, I guess. There was some, drippy candles, and I didn't really get the whole Game of Thrones, but I did get maybe that century, perhaps. Our welcome was very nice. They were very welcoming. They were happy to have us there, and it looked like it was an empty restaurant. And then they put us in like this corridor where everybody else was seated.
Everybody.
But anyway, I think we should post the picture of the
throne.
Have it. Yes.
Okay, I can I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that.
All right. But anyway, we had a fabulous time, albeit short. But I look forward to more of adult time and family time. And by the way, your Jeff made an impeccable steak. My kids are still
Thank you.
talking. Like and I ate mine cold because you guys brought it to me afterwards, and it was still amazing.
Still
So
great. Yeah,
kudos to the chef.
thank you. I'll let him know. He loves
Are you saying he's not going to listen?
Oh, he'll listen, but this is post, so I guess I'll thank him first
Yes.
for all of us,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of social media, I think we're just going to get into it. We were talking a little bit about how our theme, or one of our themes, is being unfiltered, being unapologetic, right? I call myself out on completely being unfiltered in the trailer with, I don't know what was happening with my hair, and it certainly wasn't perfect. And it was, but I don't want to overly use the word authentic, right? But I think we're sort of missing that piece when we look at social media and highlight reels and things like that. And I really think our purpose, our theme, is to just be us, whatever that looks like, sounds like.
Right. I feel like so here's kind of the topic of the day. I think that social media, as much as we love it, is super toxic. Social media narrative is not human, and it's literally the highlight reel. So we sit here and we watch it all day and we're comparing ourselves to others, but it's silly because that's not the whole picture. It's just a little slice that they're willing to give you. And it's just unfair to each of us to go, oh, so like, for instance, we look at these trainers and they've built these systems and these 6 and 8 week programs. And you're like, yes, I want to do that. And you're looking at them going, yes, I want to look just like that. And yes, that's the point.
Right.
And that's the motivation. But also that can be damning to some people because they haven't shared their struggle to get there. They didn't show you all of the losses and the struggles and the tears and the puke and
the pain.
the
pain
that it took to get there. They're just showing you the highlight. So it almost makes it difficult for people when it comes their time, because when they start struggling and they have the pain and you haven't told them how to get rid of the pain or how to get through the pain, you've just shown them this is what's going to happen at the end. I feel like it just kind of sets people up for failure.
Oh, 100%. I think we do have a, maybe not consciously, but we do have an apt to focus on the end result, focus on the finish line.
Right.
And, I've been really open and honest about this in my own struggles. I'm not the before picture, but I am not the after picture. I am the black line in the middle of still on my journey, still trying to figure it out, like Channa likes to say, throwing the spaghetti at the wall, seeing what sticks, because it is different for everybody. There is not a one size fits all. And so we're talking about nutrition, weight, perimenopause, women. And it's not that we don't want to see the pretty Thanksgiving dinner. And it's not that we don't want to see the, I love the pictures of the families in their white button-ups and their denim on the beach. Like, all of that's great. That's part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But did you see the screaming toddlers beforehand to get them to sit
that, right? Or the fact that you had to pack a second outfit for them because Lord knows that the first one may or may not make it.
Right.
And so, yes, it's the highlight reel. And
yes,
I want to see the highlight reel, but that's part of what we're excited about with this space, is creating a positive space. But in that, I want to be able to share our wins and our struggles and our losses and
our mistakes, our failures,
not necessarily highlight those, but just have an opportunity to talk through them and work them out. I mean, because isn't that what we do as girlfriends anyways? Like,
yes.
I'm having a shitty week and I'll call you and be like, this is what is happening and I'm so mad about it and I just need to download or upload.
Absolutely.
And
whichever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we shouldn't, like, as, wanting to be a truth babe and put it all out there, we should not have to be afraid of, oh, they might judge us. Oh, I said too much. Oh, I wasn't, I should have maybe sugarcoated that. No, I want the dirty. I want the messy. I want the, bad if that's what's happening to you, because the only way you're going to be able to get through that is to purge it and get it out and be like, this is going through. Hopefully I'll be encouraging, and I don't want you to stay there. Like, we're going to work through it and see how you can come out of that. But man, sometimes you just have to sit in it.
But that's any good business model, even in the
To sit in
hospital.
it.
No, is that you sit down with your team and you go, okay, here's the problem. Let's work it out. Let's talk and figure out what solutions we have. So I feel like we need to be doing that in our real lives too, and go, okay, this isn't working for me. Let's figure out how we can
Shiv it.
streamline the
Let's
process.
flip the
Yeah,
script.
shiv it. Your
My
favorite
favorite
word.
word. That's shift and pivot together for those of you that don't know. But so what is the cost of perfection? If we're so literally killing ourselves to have this perfect, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, highlight reel, as you call it, what is the cost of that, right? What is the cost of, to me, it's exhausting. It is so exhausting to
Sure.
have the perfect all the time, whatever, and see how great I'm doing. Because,
Well, because you're feeling.
yeah, maybe I'm doing great at that moment, but like
Mhm.
you said, you didn't see what it took to get to that moment.
Right. And so I think for most of us, like, how many times do we get stuck doom scrolling?
Mm.
Right. And so social media has kind of become an escape from reality. And escapes are good. But at the same
Like listening
time,
to Truth in Pink.
right. But we need to be careful because it takes us away from the things that are right in front of us. Like, I can't tell you how many times, and I'm guilty of it too. But I can't tell you how many times I've looked at my family and been like, hey, everyone, put your phones down. Put your phones down, because we're all in the same room, but we're not together. We're
Present.
together, but we're not present, right? And so I just want people to just realize that, I don't know, like, we need to get that human element back. And
Mhm.
yes, escapes are okay, but that we need to realize that there are things that are right in front of us that are demanding our attention. I couldn't
Yes.
even imagine, like, I think Chase, when he was little, I was so excited when the portable DVD player came out, because then, oh my gosh, I could give my kid a movie while we're eating dinner and he's quiet and it's no big deal. But now the kids have instantaneous these phones
I
and
know.
these
I
games,
know.
and I just can't imagine um how that's kind of shifting the narrative in their life by having access to the things so early.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Well, and there's already studies that have been done that it's changed the, wiring in the brain, because it's this instantaneous gratification of seeing that reel, or, even they're even talking about now, the 30 seconds or under a minute, reels that you're watching, it's too long. They want it even shorter. And it's like, what have we done? We can't even hold our attention now to, watch a movie or read a book or do these things, because we've rewired everything so completely to just fast, instant, on to the
right.
next, on to the next, on to the next.
And like I said, I'm completely guilty of it as well. I'm trying to be more cognizant of it, but it's true. Like, you'll be watching a movie and mid-movie, you just have to pick up your phone and start scrolling. And I'll be 30 seconds in and realize what I'm doing and think, wow,
Yep.
what what is my
What
brain
am I doing?
thinking right now? What
Yeah.
am I doing? I should be watching and enjoying the movie.
For sure. But I will also say, on the flip side, kind of play devil's advocate like you like to do, just for a second. I never was one of those moms who judged another mom if they were at the park or at a play date and they just picked up their phone for, 5-10 minutes just to almost just have that peacefulness for a second.
Disengage.
Because just for a second, because the whole time as moms, we're being pawed at, we're being, this, that, pulled in a million different directions. And so sometimes you just had to sit and just disappear into a couple of reels just to get your sanity back.
Time for yourself. Because as a mom, we don't have that time for ourselves ever unless we carve it out. And a lot of times, it's funny, growing up, I never thought about it until later, but my mom would get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, make her tea, go out front and water all of her plants. And I said to my mom at some point in all of my teenage infinite wisdom,
Your wisdom.
Mom, they make automatic waterers for that, right? Like we just have to plug in a thing and run the hose and it'll automatically do that. And she said, but that's my time. That's my time for me. I enjoy that time of peace and quiet and going out and watering my plants is the
That was her escape.
So my mom figured out that was her
Life
escape.
hack. Yeah.
Get up early and water the plants.
That my mom was the same. You remember the rose bushes in front of our house? There was like a million of them. Okay.
Yes.
So they had all the berms and you couldn't fast water them because it had to slowly drip into the berm, and literally took 45 minutes to water all those rose bushes. And she loved it. And when they would go away for the weekend and I was, having to feed the horses and I hated it. But now, like you said, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Now I feel like, though, if I still had to do that, I'd be out there watering the roses and scrolling at the same time.
Right.
But I'm going to call myself out because I do it too. Like you said, it's hard not to get sucked down that, the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it is. It's a rabbit hole. And then you get click into one story and then click into something else. And before you know it, it creates a new algorithm and you get back on later and you're like, no,
I don't want that.
Snowboarding stuff. How did it change? This isn't what I wanted. So then I start looking at snowboarding videos to try and change the algorithm back.
Yeah, yeah. I do think it's a little by design, though, and I certainly don't have any merit in this way, but I do think it's by design to keep us distracted from what I'm not exactly sure, whether it's our life or things that are going around the world around us or whatever it is. But it does seem to be a huge distraction, because I noticed being at your house in Vegas, I wasn't really on it. And I can't say I missed it because we were having so much fun going out and doing these things. But then I would realize, oh, wait, I need to be like doing this so we can post. And so it's just this vicious circle because I want people to see, I want to be, what we're doing. But then it's like, wait, I'm going against what I'm trying to do.
Right. Well, it's being present and in the moment, living in the moment. There's a picture that I've seen floating around, and it's this older lady who's standing at a rail, I think at a parade or something, and she's living in the moment and smiling and watching everything going by, and everybody around her has their phones up recording or pictures or whatnot, and she's just living in the moment. And not that I'm an old grandma yet, but
Don't say that.
I feel like we can learn a lot from that. But
so are you the one who, when you go to your shows, because I know you and Jeff go to a lot, are you the one with camera out and videoing, or are you enjoying the show?
So I never used to bring my phone because I was so afraid of losing my phone, because also, the type of shows and events I go to, I don't wear a lot of clothes, especially ones with pockets. So there's
now
not
everyone's
a lot of
really curious about these events that you're.
There's not a lot of room for phones. And
She's gonna be secretive and just leave you with the thought that she goes out with not a lot of clothes on.
Well, concerts. I guess concerts I wear clothes. I wear clothes all the time for the record. Oh no.
She has
okay,
to
and I
make
go to raves. All right, I go to EDM shows. I go to raves, and so I wear like little booty shorts and bras, if you will.
No place to put a phone.
No place to put a phone. And so for the longest time, I didn't bring a phone because I was deathly afraid that I was going to lose a phone, and nobody wants to lose their phone. So I'd constantly like tap Jeff, babe, take this video, babe, do this. Now I have started like bringing like a little fanny pack, which I was so against for so long.
They're making a comeback.
They are, and they're cute. And I definitely have
cute.
like 2 cute ones. And then the whole crossbody. Crossbody's my new
Mhm.
favorite too. And so I have like the secret inner pocket where I can hide my phone. And so even if I get like pickpocketed, they're gonna get my lip gloss,
A lip
or
gloss.
they're
Yeah.
gonna get a lip gloss, or lip glass, which I'm gonna be really upset about because I spent a lot of money at MAC for that. But look at you. I love it. Anyways, I take a few photos and a few videos, but for the most part, I like to just live in the moment.
The moment. So does it, when you're looking around and everybody has their phone out, does it take away from your experience?
No.
No? Okay.
I think I look later, you see the after photos of everybody with their phones in the air, but it doesn't hurt my heart. It doesn't, because I think that as much as I sit here and I talk shit about it, I also
We're just all over the place and calling ourselves out. I love it. I love it.
I also understand wanting to go back and relive that moment. So I also think that that's what everyone's trying to do, is to be able to look back and relive in that moment. So we have a friend who videos almost everything. And my husband is always like, why? But
Mhm.
because my husband isn't one that goes back and rewatches like anything. So he's not going to take all of those videos and all of those photos. But our other friend literally will like text me and go, oh my God, this song, it's hitting me again, because he goes
Aw.
back and he watches all of those and relives those moments. And so I think that that's what a lot of people are doing, is just recording. They want to be in the moment, but they want to also remember the moment.
Yeah.
And be able to relive it later. So
Yeah, I see both sides. I see both.
I know.
Kind
I
of.
can play devil's advocate
Yeah.
and say,
Yeah.
don't do it, but
Don't do it.
I see
No.
that, yeah.
But
What's
I
right
think
for
also
you
to your
isn't what's
point.
right for me. There's that
Right,
too.
right. And I think to your point earlier, you had mentioned the comparison thing, right? We go down when we're just talking about the social media and the things that we're trying to see that are perfect. And, as a woman, it's really hard not to look at somebody's perfect athletic body or perfect Instagram account with perfect clothes, perfect hair,
I
perfect
need
nails,
that.
and not think, well, yeah, not only do I need that, how come I don't look like that? How come it doesn't look like, that meme that goes around where it's the girl who just had her hair done and it's like blowing in the wind and the hairstylist does it perfect. And then you go home and you try to do it yourself and you look like the soaking wet chihuahua with the tongue hanging out or whatever.
Right.
It's hard not to see that and be like, what am I doing wrong? And so then I feel like you were talking about how that toxic comparison kind of creeps in. And again, it's distracting. We don't need that. We just need to be whoever we are. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I was thinking about this, we were talking about, okay, I did the mini glow up and I loved it and I do feel better and it gives me a little
your hair,
pep
by
and
the way.
confidence. I thank you. It's not even curled today, but it's so much lighter. I love it.
Mm.
But I feel like letting go of that perfection or letting go of that, whatever we think people need to perceive us as, is actually the glow up, and just embrace and just be whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah.
if it's the black hair running down the middle of your face. That's what it is.
And you know what's so funny is, as your friend, yes, I know I'm supposed to be like, hey, you're looking a little tired today, right? But like,
You're looking like a little shit.
but I didn't even see it. Like afterwards, when you pointed it out and you were like, I looked so emo, I went, but I just didn't even know. I like looked right past it, because to me that was just so superficial. I didn't even notice that because I see you. I didn't see the
I know.
hair. I see
Well,
you.
and like you tell me all the time, we are our own worst critics, right?
100%.
We're the ones who are picking out that eyebrow hair is out of place, or that, like, we're the ones picking it out. And like you said, nobody really, they're not looking that hard. Nobody cares.
Yeah. You really want to? I don't
I mean, no, but like I said, we're our own worst critic.
Critics.
So I'm going to take this now and segue a little bit. I feel like our truth babes need a little elaboration on the podcaster who doesn't listen to podcasts. I
Shiv
feel
it.
like we need to shiv it a little bit, but I think there's a deeper explanation. And I mean, I tease you and I make fun of you only out of love because
sure.
not that I love music, and there is when I'm working out or whatever, yes, I'm doing the music, but I love podcasts. That's why I do podcasting. I love, it's a labor of love, if you will.
And I know so many people that listen to podcasts. I just never went down the rabbit hole. And I think there was a time a couple years ago, because I drive the kids back and forth to California to meet my ex every other weekend or once a month or whatnot. And so I have a lot of free space and free time. And so I thought, all right, Sarah says I should start listening to podcasts. Sarah says. So I was like, what am I missing? And I turned on a podcast that I thought would be funny. And I'm listening.
And it wasn't.
And I just was like, no, because I use that time and space for me, right? That's kind of my built-in me time. So I wanted to listen to music. Like, music has always been my escape. As a kid, when I feel good, when I feel bad, when I'm sad, when I'm mad, music has always been like my solace and my escape. And sometimes it's about the music, sometimes it's about the lyrics. It just depends on where you're at. They say when you're happy, you listen to the music, and when you're sad, you hear the lyrics and you feel those lyrics.
That makes so much sense.
Right?
I get that. Yeah.
And so it's kind of like being in my feels. Like, it's just, music is just kind of always be there. And it what is it trying to do? It's trying to make me feel good or make me feel better. And isn't that what we're all trying to do, is make ourselves just find that thing that makes us feel better. So music's just kind of always been that for me. And I've tried to listen to words.
Words.
And the words just don't.
What is it? The word salad or whatever? No, I get that. And I think, but what I'm hoping is, as this experiment continues and as we continue to do this, because I think I know one of the intentions that you and I set for this was to have connection, right? To embrace the tribe, the sisterhood, whatever you want to say, that the word isn't overused. Just to have that connection, because I know you and I have talked since, COVID. I feel like, socially, we just have lost, not just you and I, but like the entire world has just lost feeling connected. And I feel like as humans, we are sort of a tribal being.
We are.
And
we're social beings.
We need a tribe.
So I started thinking about trying to feel better. And I was like, well, maybe I have things to say. Maybe somebody wants to hear it. Maybe they don't. But creating the tribe, or the babes, where we can make ourselves feel better, but also maybe give other people that comedic relief, if nothing else. Because especially when we're
laughing at us, laughing with us,
but especially when we're weathering this storm of what I call Cougar puberty, it's life. It's the first time that we've ever had to do something like this. Hell, like, life in and of itself is one big trial and error, because sometimes I think about how the fact that if my parents did something wrong, well, I need to give them some grace, because that was their first time going through life too. So they didn't know what they were doing. So it's almost just giving everybody some grace and say it's okay to not feel okay, or not feel like, oh, hey, so I snapped at my kid wrong. I gave them the verbal judo, and all of a sudden, now there's something going on. Well, I may have messed up or they may have messed up, but at the end of the day, like, it's okay because hopefully we can come back and we can talk about it and we can all realize that we make mistakes and sometimes our emotions get involved and we get upset. Like, I've definitely said things to my kids where I walk away and I go, "Oh, that was shitty."
Yeah. Oh, me
And
too.
because
too.
I'm just a person. I know I'm a mom, but I'm not perfect.
Right.
And luckily, I've never said anything that I can't come back from.
Sure.
And I don't know.
No, I like it. I like it. And I think that's what we're trying to build here. I think we are trying to build this imperfect, unapologetic, unfiltered, just this is where we're at. And I don't think we're the only women who feel this way. And I don't think we're the only moms who have a bad day. I
No.
don't think we're the only girls who, fuck something up somewhere. Like,
Right.
I just think
Sometimes we
this
just get
is
lost.
yeah. Yeah. And so I think if we're honest about it and, continue to call each other out and just be like supportive and we're, hopefully this community will grow and people will be like, yeah, me too. And I think the connection here is we want the people who are willing to maybe not lay it all out on the line, but are willing to not have that perfect Instagram account and are willing to come into the tribe and just be like, this is it. This is who we are. This is me.
Yeah.
And find
I feel all the time.
relatability.
I am unapologetically me.
Yeah.
I trip. I fall. I stumble over my own words. Sometimes I say the right thing. Sometimes I say the wrong thing. I said something in front of a doctor the other day, and he says, be careful with that word because you don't know what was happening in that moment. Because I said,
wait.
what?
Wait. What? Like, so wait, was it like a mansplain doctor person trying to
No.
okay.
No, it was,
Okay. Because that's a pet peeve of mine.
I said proper. I said my patient wasn't properly medicated before they did X. And he said, be careful because you don't know what was happening in that moment. So the anesthesiologist may have seen something that you were unaware of because I wasn't in that situation. And so be careful because maybe for what was happening in the moment, they did properly do what they needed to do.
Okay.
And so it was just,
Okay.
it wasn't a mansplaining thing. And I still
I was
apologize.
gonna say you're better at taking the criticism then because I have to be very and it's not a man thing per se because women do it too. But it's a pet peeve of mine where people are, very quick to say, don't say that. And I want to be like, well, what if I want to say it? That's the stubbornness in me. What if I want to say it?
What if I want to say it? Well,
But
we
no,
have
okay,
lots of
I
things
get
to say,
we do. Which is why we have the mic.
which is why we're here, right? Because we do. Or again, I feel like at times we all feel lost. We're all looking for answers. We're all looking for the right answer, and so people turn to the podcasts. People turn to the social medias to look for those answers. To make them feel less lost. And so I'm hoping that we can make people feel less lost.
Found?
And relatable.
Well, so you're not going to get found by us.
Yeah, I'm not. No.
But we'll definitely offer some comedic relief. And hopefully you're going to feel like, okay, I'm not the only one going through this. That's what we want. The relatability of we don't have it all figured out. And we're also not afraid to say we don't have it all figured out.
I don't claim to know all of the answers. I definitely don't know the answers. Again, this is the first time I'm going through life too. So
right.
I'm
What
not
did
gonna
you
get
say
it
the
all
other
right.
day? Your age is your level. So we're level 46. Hoping to
I've
get
made
to
it to
level
level 46.
47.
Yes, right. If we pass this level, we will make it to 47. Yeah, for sure. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that people can benefit from the things that we're saying. Hell, I benefit just from the things that I hear from you sometimes, and just getting to be here. There's benefit to that. So,
benefit
Yeah.
to laugh.
It's all, it's all just trial and error. We're learning as we go. No judgment.
It's okay to say, that was batshit crazy, but I found comedic relief in that. You made me feel better for a second, so that's okay. Yeah. Well, I own my crazy. I've said that.
We've said that.
And that's, that's part of the, again, I don't want to I feel like, especially nowadays, the word authentic is just overused and pushed. Like everybody's trying to be authentic.
I'm authentic. I think that's why somewhere along the line, I'm unapologetically me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
I will not apologize for just being me.
Yeah. No,
Because
absolutely.
again, it's my first time.
How did we go from it's not my first time at the rodeo to now it's my first time?
Well, but it wouldn't be my first time at the rodeo.
Right.
But it's my first time at life. So.
Right. There you go.
It's not my first rodeo.
Right. That's what I meant. Yes.
Yeah. I was like, wait, there's something missing there.
Yes.
It's not my first rodeo.
I will definitely mess up the sayings. Leave it to me.
And maybe if my big brain works, I can correct them.
Okay. But so let's talk about that really quick. Because I read this the other day and I was actually going to bring it so I could cite you the source, but I didn't because I don't do paper. I don't do paper on the podcast.
I know. I do.
That's an HR issue. I don't do that. But it was something to do, right? No, I don't. That's not my problem. I don't do that. But it was something to do with the brain to mouth to things coming out. It's a hypothyroid thing, which I have hypothyroid / Hashimoto's, and it has to do with Cougar puberty, where either our mouth isn't going as fast as our brain or our brain isn't going as fast as our mouth, and it comes out all jumbled. Like I do that all the time, and then I have to slow myself down and go, okay, hang on, wait a minute, let me find the words. This is what I'm trying to say. But a lot of times it comes out and I have no idea what I was trying to say.
I think working in the medical field and not wanting to sound uneducated, I have learned to slow myself down sometimes. I also call it the filter. Because I can look at you and look at my coworker and say, what the fuck was that?
Right.
But I can't say that to other medical professionals or a patient or a family. So I've kind of learned to stop, log pause, and then speak.
And you're really good at it. You're very intentional about it. And I think we talked about that when you came on my Everything's Messy podcast. You're very good about really forming your thought first in your head and then saying it. But I feel like a lot of us, including myself, we don't do that. We haven't been taught to do that. And it just kind of comes out flubbed, not on purpose, but then we sound not ourselves.
It's an out-of-body experience.
It really is. But what I read made it sound like there's actually medical reasons as to why you're doing it. And we can blame, I want to blame everything on Cougar puberty. So I'm going to put this in that category.
Sure. I'm just going to throw everything in there.
It really is. But on top of the thyroid and things like that, and I know there's a lot of women out there who have thyroid issues, whether it's hyper or hypo or Hashimoto's. And I feel like it goes back to what we have talked about is this is a whole new, I want to say like we're coming out of the cocoon, but it's just a different life. And I know like when our moms went through it, I thought my mom was a little bit crazy.
Right. But our mom and our grandma's era didn't talk about it.
They didn't talk about it.
They learned to like suck it up, buttercup. And while I give that narrative to my kids too, like they fall, suck it up, buttercup, get up.
Rub some dirt on it. Yeah.
Right. I still think that maybe they all have some pent up anger and aggression, and they just didn't have spaces that they could talk, and they didn't think that they could talk about it. And I'm just thankful that our generation changed that, and
we're talking about it.
Yeah, we're talking about it because again, it makes you feel better to know that you're not alone.
Or that I'm not the only crazy person.
Yeah. Look at we're all
My
our
sister
own
used
level
to
of
ask,
crazy.
right. My sister legit, when we were little, my sister would ask, does it hurt to be crazy? I don't know where she would get that. She was really young when she would ask it, but she'd be like, does it hurt to be crazy? And I can emphatically say, yes, it does. No idea where she got that. No idea where it came from. But she would always ask, does it hurt to be crazy? And yes, it does.
It does. But
It does.
it hurts a little bit less when you know that others are suffering too.
They're hurting too.
All right.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, I love that we were able to get more out of you about the podcaster who doesn't listen to podcasts, although I think it's changing just a little bit.
Maybe a little.
Yeah. So let us know. Were you originally against podcasts? Did they bore you? Are you on the fence? We want to know where you're at. Are you dead in it with podcasting like I am? Or are you still looking for that perfect jam, perfect song, and the podcast is way on? Really quick though, crime podcasts, like when they're talking about the murder, who cheated on who and then who killed who, like, does that get you? Because
Nope.
no,
I like to watch it, but
like movie form or documentary form?
both.
Both.
I wouldn't
I
say
don't want to listen.
I'm really bad with favorites or what I like. Like, don't ask me what my favorite. I mean, I guess I
don't do favorites either.
Yeah, I don't do favorites because, again, I live in the moment. Like, oh, this week I like this. Next week I'm gonna like something else.
Right,
So I'm not good with favorites. But
I'll never say no to a taco and a margarita.
but tacos. I'm sorry. That's the one thing I can say is my favorite. Tacos are my favorite food.
Yeah.
But that goes back to my SoCal girl ways.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that.
All right. Well, that is it, I think, for this episode on Truth in Pink. Make sure you listen and follow and subscribe to all of the wonderful things and hit us up. Let us know what you want to talk about. What do you want to hear?
Join us again for all the debauchery.
Okay, you did not say join us. Do not say join us. She did not say that.
I did because I knew you'd hate it.
I hate it. You're going to be a problem.
All right, babes. Thanks. Thanks for hanging with us today, okay?
See you later.
Bye.